Hello and welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast where each and every week we come to you and talk to you about all things Lorcana. I'm Matt.
I'm Malcolm.
I'm Emmett.
And I'm Jen.
And this week we're going to be talking about our week in play. We're going to discuss a few topics, and then, Lord help us, we're going to hand the reins of the show over to Emmett for a little bit.
If you remembered last week, I said that next week I was going to be doing a Lorcana trivia show.
Yep, and so that's a little preview because he interrupted me right in the middle of things of how this episode's going to go. But it is right near Christmas. No new news this week out of Ravensburger about the game we love of Lorcana. All that's really going on is people are prepping big time for the Continentals over here in America. That's going to be the the second weekend of January, so the weekend right after the New Year's. And then that's followed up by Set Champ starting the week after that. The Continentals are turning out to look like quite the event if you did manage to get an attendee badge, or if you went for the last chance qualifier and then don't make it, because there will be, well over 950 people that do try it and don't make it. There are quite a few exciting side events. They're doing like a 2v2 sealed thing. So basically, like, you have a team of two people, you essentially get a box, and you each form a deck out of that box.
That sounds fun.
And then play against other people.
A whole box. That's interesting.
Would it be 12 packs?
That would be 12 packs per person. Yeah,
So-
that's great. Or no, it's 6
Yeah,
per
It's half a
maybe.
box.
Oh, I think it's maybe you get. It's because it's 2v2, so I think it's between four of you. You're essentially splitting a box.
Okay.
And you're making decks out of those cards.
I see.
But it's teams of two, so you're at least getting 12 of those packs and facing off against the other 12.
Can we
in that
talk
box.
about League?
And we will in a minute,
Yeah,
hon.
buddy.
Stop interrupting Dad. Okay?
Emmett wants to zoom through the show so that he can get to his portion. But we will talk about our week in play. So, Malcolm, how was your week?
I did decent.
Okay. Decent is good. Decent is what?
How did you play?
I went 2-1 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went 1-1-2.
Yeah. The 2-game format on Wednesday. It's 3-game format on Sundays. So it's still that's pretty good because it's only got 0-2 once, so not bad. Emmett, how about yourself?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Just didn't work out for you.
Yep. Guess who I got to go up against these past few days?
Yeah. He
Yep,
played-
all three of us.
Malcolm had to play against Emmett twice. They played each other. I don't think did I play you?
Yeah, you played me on
that's right.
Sunday.
I did, and I beat you.
So did you.
So
So yeah, on Sunday it was a fun day.
just getting beat up by your family.
Sorry, bud.
Someone has to face a couple of us every time, and this time it was you.
Yep.
So that happens.
And from a couple, it's all three of you.
Yeah, it
That's
happens.
frustrating.
Myself went 2-1 on Sunday, then played Emerald Amethyst on Wednesday. Didn't do as well. Turns out that deck is garbage against Steel Song. And I was like trying to read the meta, right? Trying to read the room of like who normally goes. So I took Ruby Amethyst on Sunday and did fairly well. I only lost in the mirror and just had terrible draws that time. And then on Wednesday, normally no one's bringing Steel. Like it's a lot of more control heavy decks at the Wednesday league. So I thought, well, I'll try the faster Emerald Amethyst deck.
So yeah, but
Then like 3 or 4 people that don't normally come showed up.
yeah, that was really sad.
All sporting Steel Song.
That was really sad.
Son of a bee! So yeah, and it's not surprising. You're going to see a lot of Steel Song in the next few weeks because there was a 10K here in the States. So that's a tournament where your prizing is worth up to $10,000 for like $10,000 split between essentially the top 8. And 6 of those decks were, I believe 5 or 6 of those decks were Amber and Steel. There were different combinations. Some had the more traditional like Steel Song.
And some were Diggy Diggy Hole.
And some were Diggy Diggy Hole. Made
Diggy
famous
Diggy
by Brian DeCandio. It's a much faster version more aggro version of Steel Song. It's basically...
I wouldn't even call it Steel Song because they don't really rely on songs that much.
And they got the 8 songs in there, right? They've got Strength and Storm.
Yeah, but that's it.
They've got the Singing Cinderella, but then that's it when it comes to...
Like the little
traditional
singing
stuff.
Cinderella.
Like the little Singing Cinderella, but then that's it, right? They're running
Dwarves.
Smees and Daisies and Piglets and Dwarves and oh my, so many things. But it's a decent deck, and you'll have to be prepared for it.
Be prepared.
Does it help you against that deck because they play Pete?
Well, guess what? Pete doesn't. When they play Pete against me, I don't care because guess what? Pete is basically just a use of 3 anchor when it comes against my deck because I play Mufasa and there's no way I'm putting a non-character in there.
For some reason, whenever someone plays a P, I always draw an action card.
How many action cards do you have? Like 2?
Like 2 different ones. Like
Oh, okay.
I think
yes,
8 in general
altogether,
because
I
of
think.
all Good Job and Gathering Knowledge.
Oh, you no longer play
right.
bears?
I don't play bets anymore.
So are we going to get to how I did
Necessities.
this last
Yes.
week?
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna
How
go
did you
with
do
that.
on Sunday since you
Jen.
couldn't get to play on Wednesday?
How did I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won the whole thing. Like I took first place. I went 3-0. It was pretty awesome, especially because like 2 of the people that I beat are actually like, decent players who are often hard to beat. So so that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
It's only the second time I've ever taken first at leagues, so that was awesome. I will say that all 3 games did go to 3 games.
Yeah.
But honestly, I felt like they were all pretty fun games. Because even when I played Emmett, wait, you took one of them, so or did you, or did I do go to? Yeah, I think so.
You went 2-1 against me.
Yeah.
It is really hard to 2-0 person. That's why people have problems with 2-game format because you get so many splits, and it just feels like I did nothing.
Yep.
It doesn't matter at all. I did nothing at all. So, okay. So, great job, Jen. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. By the way, I'm glad I did make those changes that I talked about last week, and I put the Robin Hoods back in my deck. I don't remember what other changes I made.
You put the Ariel.
I put the big Ariel in my deck. I put the big Cindy's back in my deck. And I felt like all of those changes were positive, in my opinion.
So you back like the super original Steel Song, like set
no,
4 Steel Song.
No, because I still had Piglets, and I still ran Daisies,
Yeah.
and I'm still running Pete's
I think there's a couple of Plutos. I think
and
that's the only
Pluto's.
new card.
The,
really.
the set 4, the only new set 4 is
Set
Pluto.
6 is Pluto.
But man, that Pluto's good.
Yeah, Pluto's a good card. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so a lot of the practice now, like it's harder to practice because we're entering holiday season. This might be our last episode for the year, with Christmas next week and New Year's the week after that, and full of activities in between. Not sure if we'll have a chance to record. There's also not a lot of news coming out, and I don't anticipate a lot until probably until the new year. Probably maybe not even until Continentals happen, since they moved the date kind of release for the next set to March instead of February. We actually don't even have a date for it yet, so we'll see what comes from that. But we got set champs coming up mid-January, so you want to start picking your deck for that and practicing there. Check to see what your local game store is going to be running, if it's going to be 2-game format or best of 3, because that might influence what deck you bring. If you like to play multiple decks. If you only play one color type, just stick with that color type. Don't switch it up. Don't be me. And pull something at the last minute. I'm sure I will again this time. It's gonna be red steel. Just all of a sudden out of the blue.
No, he's gonna be playing an aggro Steel Song.
Yep.
I have been practicing.
You're gonna play an
Are you gonna play a Diggy Diggy one?
I wanted to see
Diggy
what Diggy Diggy
He's
Hole was
gonna
like.
end up playing an aggro emerald.
No, he's gonna play Diggy
Steel.
Diggy Hole. I know he's gonna play Diggy Diggy Hole.
Diggy diggy
I don't think so. I'm gonna find something that beats Diggy Diggy Hole.
Ooh.
diggy diggy hole.
Because you know
some-
you're going to be seeing it.
I'm sure I'm going to be seeing it. I saw it on Wednesday.
Did you?
Yeah.
How did
That
it play?
One person, well, the person that played Diggy Hole won.
Diggy diggy hole.
Really?
Yeah. It's a new style of deck, and so people are still having trouble figuring out how they need to deal with it. And it's just, there's only so many answers you can find, and they can keep bringing back answers. So it's an interesting deck. So I'm trying to learn it to make sure I understand what's coming from it.
Sure.
So for a couple of topics today, since we are getting excited about set 7,
Set 6.
You need a new
came out,
song.
like 2 weeks
which
ago.
is
Yeah. What's the name of the new set 7 again?
Arcasia's Island.
We sailed
No.
to Arcasia's Island.
That's too close.
Yeah, it's the same thing you did last time. You're gonna have to workshop that.
Yes, we will
Not
have
here.
to. Not here.
And just by yourself. We're not gonna help you. Mom's made it sound like she's gonna help you. She's not.
Nope, don't scream. Well, you'll come. It'll be the new surprise for January
Yes,
show.
come back for Emmett's
Have a
jingle.
holly
Emmett's
jolly
jingle.
Oswald. It's the best
time
Oswald
of
of the year.
So when they
Anyway.
showed the screen and just the screenshot of Bolt, he's got on an amber collar, but he's got a steel leg, and on the side of it it said "Learn new tricks." So what do you guys think? Let's take it one at a time. What do you guys think new tricks mean? I'm
Well,
gonna
you see-
start.
Let Dad start.
I'm going to start with the thing that everybody is gunning for, which is dual color inks. Dual color inks, right? So you have, it could be one of two ways. Either these are cards that you can only play in a specific ink pairing. You have to, like, say, if Bolt is a steel and amber card, you can only play him if you are playing steel and amber together. Or
Interesting.
it's a steel and amber card that you can play whether you're playing steel or amber. So maybe it has some kind of like amber traits, and you can play it if you're playing steel or amber in your deck. And maybe it has some amber traits and some steel traits, so maybe it both shoots things and heals things, right? Two things that those things do. And you can play it as long as you're playing either steel or amber. So that is kind of the current thought, is that it's dual colors. Malcolm, what do you think it could be?
I think it's attaching items,
Attaching items.
like giving a character an item,
Giving a
and
character
like
an item so they
making
can
them
hold
like
it.
hold it and stuff.
Sure. Okay.
Like I don't like.
So would that make it so that maybe it's more powerful? So something like if you attach this item to this person, it gives them more defense or
That's-
more attack.
That's
Something
kind of
like
what
that.
happened in Pokemon. And
Well,
like with it,
sure. Well, and it kind of sounds like villainous too.
Yeah.
Like it's a villainous type thing. So
Sure.
and like you take like a shield and you give it to a person and they get like resist like 3 or something.
Or you give a popsicle to a rat, and he just draws more cards.
Doesn't everyone do that? No,
But
no,
now-
no. They
but
give it to
then-
the
Instead of
pilot.
feeding him, you like have him hold a popsicle and then shove another one in his face, and then he gives you 3 cards.
And see, I like that because I feel like it would be something where it would be an advantage to doing it, but then that would. I know she's so excited. Peach is just like.
Sorry, there's a
allowing-
cat that is like Jen just saw one of our cats, picked
You
it
know what?
up,
Speaking of,
and it has just melted into her. And
know
it's
what?
like, this is my life now. I'm
you know
good.
what? Speaking of
Hold
cats,
on, so hold on. Before speaking of cats, so anyway, what I was in the middle of saying before we realized that Peach was just super comfortable as part of our podcast today, is that I feel like that could be cool because then it would be something where it's advantageous to attach it. However, that also means if you get rid of the character, the item goes with it.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think that could be like a cool, like that way it's not only advantageous, like it's like more reward but more risk.
Sure.
so what my idea was, so speaking of cats, Mom holding the cat, there will be a new class called pets. And you can attach, kind of like the items, you can attach the pets to a person. And like whenever that pet is attached to a character, it gets like a special
Some kind of a
ability.
special ability.
Like,
Sure.
So and we thought of that because Bolt is who's featured, and Bolt's a dog, he's a pet, so maybe
and
that could work.
Lino.
And pets learn
And
tricks.
and pets learn tricks. So I think that's a pretty good idea.
Sure, yeah.
That could be it. I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be more about like something special that you can only play in like a pair or team format. because I'm seeing a lot more team play. Like you just said, they're doing a special team play at the next or at the Continentals.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, or thinking that maybe it's going to be something about team play, that you can only play this card if you're playing on a team.
Sure.
So I think that could be cool.
Okay. Neat. Fun ideas. Okay. Since we are at a New Year kind of New
Happy
Year
New
ending-
Year!
Wow. Anyway.
Since we are at the end of the year and start of a new year, I thought it would be fun to see what people hope next year from Lorcana. So not just like what do you hope to see in the next set, but like what do you hope that we get different this year or more of this year that we got this past year? Emmett, why don't you start?
Okay, so what I want... So I know it's not... Pixar's not going to come to 2026, which I'm super sad. I really wanted to come out right now, this second, this minute.
But anyway.
But anyway, I really want...
Okay, Emmett, nobody wants to hear that.
Dad, you can start. I'll start.
Okay, so he has no idea. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Oswald!
You just want more Oswald?
Just more Oswald in general. Like,
Oswald. Oh, I got it. Yeah. I know. So, I just remembered what I say at the end of...
No, don't touch your mic. All right, what?
So, remember what I said at the end of every video ever since they introduced Oswald. So,
You want Figment.
Figment, the imaginary dragon for Lorcana!
Okay, please don't throw stuff at our camera and our computer. So do you want stuff from the parks to come into the
Yes,
cards?
stuff like from the parks, like Mr. Toad, Figment, Chubby, Orange Board.
Orange Bird.
sure.
Like rides
So
as locations.
Mr. Toad is a movie.
Yeah.
He is.
He's not an original from the
It's
park.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad. You
literally
really
watched
watched that
it.
movie.
Well, I also really want Mr. Toad.
Okay.
Sure. Locations from parks. Could be
Locations
cool, like
from the parks
Walt
would be
Disney World.
super
is
And
cool.
I'm gonna go get Chubby.
No, you're not. You're gonna leave him there.
Jen, how about you?
So I think it would be fun, whatever this new game format is. Not that I'm tired of playing the regular format of Lorcana, but I do enjoy playing multiplayer. I do enjoy playing, Pack Rush. So like a new type of format would be fun, like something like how they do like with Commander for
Magic.
for Magic the Gathering, and again, like trying out some of these different like pairing formats where you play as teams and things like that. I think that would be really fun. Like I kind of hope that we even try that, even if it's not something that's like officially sanctioned, but it would be cool if they had something kind of like how they have for Ursula, like the Ursula's game. That was super fun, like to play as a team.
I'm gonna almost guarantee we're getting a new one of those with the Jafar.
With Jafar, and but it would be cool if it was like a slightly different format. So, but I like being able to play this game that I love in different ways.
Yeah, very definitely fun. For me myself, I'm hoping for more competitions.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to like really kind of compete. And that's the only way that like we get better is by playing more and more and competing more and more. I know no disillusion that I am like anywhere near the level of like some of these like really big players and people going to Continentals. I know I am nowhere near their level, but like to do more to get towards that, right?
Sure.
I don't think I'll ever be that level. Just because I don't have the time to commit that those guys do.
Right.
Because we're raising families and a lot of them are too. But, I have a different career and that career is not Lorcana.
Yes.
Until I can get really paid for it, which probably, again, not going to happen.
Sure.
But I'd like to see like more official competitions. So I know
Yes.
like with Pokemon and Magic, I see, and I don't know necessarily what they all mean, but I see all these things about qualifying things and stuff like that all the time.
I know all the Pokemon
Like
stuff.
I'd love for Lorcana to do that with the stores, to get the stores something that they can host and they can do. Because a lot of the stores, they're starting to hold more events, like our local store that we've been going to since the beginning, right? They did the Win and Enchanted. They're doing a Win a Box. And those are great, but I'd love to see them get some like official backing from Lorcana besides
Or
just
more
the
than
set
just the set championships, right?
Right, because the set championships are fine, but like the value on those has gone down. Where like you can buy the Mirabelle card for like $30, right?
And not only that, because like when I think, just because we happen to be in Hawaii during the Pokemon Worlds, right?
Yeah.
Almost everyone who is at Pokemon Worlds made it from a local store championship.
Yeah.
And so like that's how like all the stores had local qualifying rounds, and you just have to like win or place. Like I don't even think it was win. Like I think if you place top 4 in any of them,
It
you
was-
got invited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
like
That
there
comes
was
to
very
Pokemon
few,
Expo.
but like
I think they earn points over
they
playing
they
Oh, is that
multiplayer.
what it
earn
is?
points.
Okay.
If you get first though, you get an automatic there.
Okay.
And then second, third, and fourth get like
They get
basically like
points, right.
almost like enough points, and then everyone, even for qualifying, even for joining, you get a couple points.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like so all this local stuff that we do, I like to actually like feed into something like that would be really cool. I understand it's like hard to set up, and the DLCs are great and they're fun.
Yes.
But like at most, like we'll probably never be able to go to more than 2 a year, and that's stretching.
And that's really the only reason we were able to go to 2 is because, you know, Chicago and Toronto are both derivable from where we live.
Yeah.
And I mean, we do have a lot of friends who did fly to Seattle and to Las Vegas, and you know, and to like we have one friend who is flying to Florida or California for the Last Chance qualifiers. But as a family of 4 who likes to, you know, travel for vacations,
Yeah.
you know, we like to save our budget for that. And like, you know, doing a weekend in Toronto or Chicago that's drivable, like that's totally doable. Like even like Indianapolis would be drivable for us. But so like, yeah, I would hope that they would have more, because I think, what did they have, 6 this year of the
Yes.
DLCs?
Over here in the North
In the
America.
States. Yeah, or so in this, well, in States and Toronto, they had 6. So like, yeah, I would love it if they had like, just had more of those that we could attend. Because like they are super fun. It's great to, you know, kind of expand your community. And it was really cool because like we have met some big players
Yeah.
at some of those things too. Like in fact, the what's his name? That one,
Luke.
yeah,
Wonderland.
yeah, that one, the last one. Like he was sitting right across from us at the, because his last name starts with the same as our last name. So we were at the same table when we checked in before we started in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. Like,
Well, Chicago and Toronto.
oh, and Toronto, that's right.
The crews at both.
Yes.
Our names haven't changed.
Yes, our names have not changed. So that was really cool. And it was also really cool too because we got to meet some of you guys. We got to meet some of our fans, like our listeners, and that was super amazing. Like especially for the kids, because I don't think until then, I don't think that the kids actually thought that real people listened to us.
No,
They might have just thought I've been putting the file on the computer. And oh yeah, sure.
no, I know they said
Like Creed's blog.
Yeah, like Creed's blog.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So more competitions all around. There was like one other thing that's been kind of going around that I would love to see. I'm gonna just vamp for a little bit because Mom had to go let the dog out, and she's gonna go nuts when she hears like there was like people just even talking about this. Though afraid, I don't know how would we sneak this into the budget, but people were trying and pushing for a Disney Lorcana cruise.
Oh my God, I would immediate yes.
like we
Like
had
on a
an
Disney
idea.
cruise ship.
Immediate yes. I don't care if it's the middle of the school year. I don't care.
I
like,
think it's the Wonder holds like 2,600 people, and the thought is that we could sell that out if they held the DLC on the Wonder.
100%. 100%.
Like
I don't
a 4
care
day
when
long
it
cruise
is.
where you have that on there too.
Like if it was a Friday and a Monday,
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah,
Done.
Sure.
Done. I would pull these kids out of school for that.
That'd be a fun time. So that'd be pretty cool if that ever could possibly get taken off. And it's the one card game where it's like, yeah, that could happen. I mean, the other card games, sure, they could rent a cruise ship.
Pokemon.
Well,
I'm sure Pokemon
right?
could.
They could do that, but none of them are going to do a Disney cruise ship.
No.
Right. So.
I mean, literally, Pokemon for the World Championship, it literally bought a whole cruise ship, and people that were competing in the World Championship literally went around all of the islands.
Yeah.
In Hawaii?
Yeah, and played a bunch of Pokemon cards while on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Wait, then why didn't we meet on here?
Because that wasn't on our cruise.
It wasn't our cruise because the World Championship started
when we were
still on the cruise.
Yes. They started when we were on the cruise, and then they ended right after our cruise.
Yeah, so they would have had to have been off a boat in order to do that. So.
Yes.
Okay, so those are our main topics for the day. So now it's time.
Oh no!
So Emmett,
I have a question. Is Oswald? So no.
Anyways, Mehmet has been working really hard.
He has.
Right, he's been working really hard to put together a bunch of trivia questions for us. We're gonna go through some of them.
I only have one rule. So, actually, I have two things to say. Number one, it's only set 1 to set 5 because when I was creating this, set 6 was only on the app.
That's fine, buddy.
And then number 2, so for the comments, if you're watching this or listening to this, each question you have a chance to gain 3 points.
We're not doing points.
Not
I
doing
told you
points.
that before.
No
not
points.
doing points.
Okay, so let's go to the first question in the easy category. So, which character has the name of this ability? The Singing Sword.
Cinderella.
Stout-hearted.
Stout-hearted Cinderella.
That is correct. Super Peanut Power.
Super Goof.
Dad.
Goofy, super goof.
Okay, you are correct. Okay, who has this flavor text? Ahoy, there's lore out there, and I'm gonna find it. Ahoy, there's lore out there, and I'm gonna find it.
Pirate Piglet.
Who's Pirate Captain?
Pirate Captain.
Oh, so if you watch the movie, this is a big
What
part.
movie?
The Winnie the Pooh movie. This is the part because when she's writing the note, he says Piglet.
That's
That's just how he talks.
Piglet talks, man.
Yes.
A falling star. I have to make a wish.
This is just my deck.
Is it
Did you just take my deck?
No,
It's
it's
Lilo.
Lilo.
Lilo?
It's the Lilo making a wish.
Oh,
okay, what set was this card in?
Set 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that's
just didn't we just pull that?
3. What is his card?
This is Morph.
Why did we spell what with W-U-T?
This is Morph, so he's a 2 cost.
2 costs.
Okay, 2. Seesaw on ice. Which 2 colors make up this deck?
Isn't it?
It's blue and red.
Red, ruby.
It's ruby
That's
steel
blue.
or ruby
Ruby
sapphire.
Hyper aggro.
That's Agor, not aggro.
So hyper aggro though, buddy, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And it's amber and
Amethyst.
amethyst.
But
right.
that's not the
But
only.
That's not the only hyper aggro deck, okay?
Okay. Bucky.
Green,
Emerald steel.
emerald steel, green steel.
Okay, anyway, just so you know.
So if you're just listening, Emmett has made a whole PowerPoint on
You
this
really need to
go
watch
through
this on
So
YouTube.
you can see it all on YouTube. But he's had different gems for all the other colors. This is the first time steel's come up, and it's just some rods.
Steel rod.
Just so you know, guys. This
one-
is the only reason why I don't play Yzma in Villainous.
because of Bucky.
Cannot be used to defeat Bucky.
Right, so, right.
Okay, this is the medium section.
Okay.
Game Jump.
What?
Oh, this is Turbo's ability.
What is the question
Whose
though?
ability has this name?
Oh, is it Turbo?
Turbo.
Yeah, the first one is always what ability is it?
Okay.
Okay.
We did not know
Yes,
that.
it is Turbo. Changing the code.
So what card has the ability changing the code?
Yeah, because
Yes.
again, remember, listeners can't see your screen.
Oh, right.
So say the question again.
Which card has the ability changing the code?
Isn't it like King Candy?
I'm gonna guess Vanellope.
I
King
guess,
Candy.
yeah, King
It's
Candy.
the King Candy
Yeah.
one. That's like in like the.
Yeah, it's the big King
Oh, that's
Candy.
not the
The
King Candy I
abomination
thought it was, but
Okay.
okay.
This is actually a scene from the movie. Do you know who you are? Just so you know, this is another ability.
Okay, but you just sang it, so now you gave us a hint of who
Okay.
it is. So is it Lorcana?
Is it? No, it's
or is it
Ramatala.
Ramatala?
Grammatala.
Hey,
Grammatala.
speaking of Grammatala.
Isn't it big Grammatala?
Is it Grammatala?
Yes, it's big Grammatala, but
Speaking of Grammatala,
this is what Malcolm pulled.
yeah, if you haven't been keeping up with us on TikTok or Instagram when Dad remembers to post it, when I remember to send it, you can watch. Malcolm did open this card, a Grammatala, enchanted from their Advent calendar. Which is
Okay,
cool.
well, on to flavor text.
Flavor
You didn't
text?
expect to find me here. Well, neither did I.
Hey.
That's a good guess.
Mom.
It's got to be part of the lore.
I was gonna say John Silver.
No. So I'm thinking maybe. I don't know.
So-
Basil.
So,
It might be Alice.
Malcolm's first answer was the closest.
Oh, Don Carnage.
Don Carnage. Okay.
That nobody uses.
Sure.
Nobody stands a chance against the darling duck of the high seas.
daring
This is the Daisy.
Is it Della Duck or Daisy Duck? No, I think it's Della Duck.
No, this is the Daisy, the pirate Daisy.
But that's from a set 6 card. He said no set 6.
Oh right, then it's Della. No, wait.
That Mom.
Is it Donald?
I'm gonna say
Might be
Scrooge
Donald. Oh yeah, it's
McDuck.
Donald Duck.
Yes,
Right.
yes, this
It's
Donald.
the Donald.
Right, there was a
The
pirate
Buccaneer.
Donald.
What turn can he shift? So when you're playing with the right setup, what turn can he shift?
So this is Pluto, the one-drop
Again,
Pluto.
you gotta remember, listeners can't see.
Alright.
So this is a one. Okay, and so he can't shift.
Yes, he can.
No, somebody shifts onto him.
Yes.
How much does he shift for? 5, right?
Yes.
So he shifts for, so it's 4 because you can pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn.
Yes.
Well, that's not what I was thinking. So yes, it's turn 4. But what I was thinking is that you could use Amber Sapphire, turn 3, play the fishbone, ink the
Yeah,
card.
but see, that's not trivia, Emmett, because not
that's what
everyone
I was
plays that
thinking.
deck.
What card in the game is like Snorlax?
That's not how you spell Snorlax. So,
But still.
Card in the game is like.
this is not trivia. This is like, can we understand what happens in your brain, Emmett? I don't
Anyways.
know how your brain works.
So anyways, it's Eeyore.
Yes.
Oh.
Why?
Okay, because he's in front of the bridge.
Because he's sitting on a bridge. And that's what Snorlax does. He blocks bridges for people.
Okay, what deck is aggro?
There's many aggro decks. There's not just one aggro deck that doesn't work.
What's the aggro deck?
I'm going to
What's
guess.
the aggro deck I'm thinking of? That's the trivia question.
Red-green.
Amethyst Amber.
I'm gonna say no, because hyper aggro was amber.
Ruby
Amethyst.
Amber.
I'm gonna say amber. Yeah, ruby amber.
It's this.
No, it's not. Because that's Steel Song.
Oh, it's Diggy Diggy Hole.
Yes, Diggy Diggy Hole.
Then you put diggy diggy hole. Like
Okay, anyway, here's Bucky.
was a picture from Bucky from the Winter Soldier.
Okay, anyway, these are the hard questions.
That was too good. That was really good.
Okay, who in the game has the ability take the helm?
Prince Eric.
Yeah.
Mom?
I'm sure.
Oh,
Prince
wait.
Eric.
Is it?
Jim Hawkins.
Jim.
Oh.
Okay, who in this game has the ability one step behind?
I'm gonna say 11.
Mickey Mouse.
Daisy.
It was Claire Bow.
Never would have.
It's better this way. Who has that ability?
Better this way.
Scar.
I was gonna say it's got to be a villain. I'm gonna say Jafar.
Ursula.
Malcolm?
I said Scar.
Okay, how did you guys not know this?
What?
Oh, it's like him.
Oh, it's better this way.
It's not, it's better this way.
Yes.
It's better.
Relax, enjoy the trip, and don't get any ideas. Just so you know, this is flavor text.
Okay, so whose card has this flavor text?
Relax, enjoy the trip, and don't get any
I'm gonna
ideas.
say Wendy Darling, the pirate one. No, she doesn't have any
the
flavor text on her
RSS
card.
Legacy.
Ooh, that's good.
Genie.
Remember, Wendy was in set 6.
No, the pirate. No, not the Captain Wendy, not the Pirate Wendy.
Captain
But
Wendy.
I don't think that card has any flavor text.
So none of you were collected was gone too.
God, do. Like what?
I know her flavor text is we flew to the sky to find the missing
Look,
mermaid.
even the abilities of flavor text, like there are cards I've been playing for years. So I've been playing Fox forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like his ability is like chasing the rabbit.
Yeah, it is.
So it's not even a Fox thing, right? So-
Okay, I will woo as far as the eye can see. Just so you know,
I'm
this
gonna
is a
say
flavor
Simba.
A
text.
Simba or a Scar?
It's either Simba or
Scar.
Scar. I'm gonna say Simba.
Simba or
Okay,
Scar.
so you will collect for either of us to far as.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. It says it.
Okay, I'm gonna wreck it.
Okay.
Another
Wreck it,
flavor
Ralph.
text.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Actually, it was pick a fight.
Okay.
Okay, which one of these enchanted forms is the most money?
I'm gonna say Prince and Naveen.
So listen.
It's the enchanted
It's
version.
Clarabelle.
It's
It's
Clarabelle.
still Clarabelle.
Out of those three, Clarabelle.
Really? I feel like Naveen gets more play than Clarabelle.
So
these
when
days.
I made this video, so when I started making it, it was Mufasa.
Well, okay, because you probably made it just when it came out, right?
So it's Clarabelle.
No, it was like around the time of set 6. Now, which one
Yeah.
of these three enchanted is the least amount of money?
Mufasa!
Mufasa's probably now.
It would be Mufasa right now.
It might be Naveen.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna be surprised it was Quailbow.
Well, let's make time that you made it. So I say we're right.
Okay, these are the actually legendary forms. So
It's-
which one is the most money?
It's Clarabelle.
It's probably gonna be Clarabelle. Who is it?
Clarabelle. What's this? It was probably Mufasa.
So yeah, it's Quailbow. Okay, which two
Location
colors
with
make
the
up
N on the same.
location?
Okay.
Location.
Location.
What? What's the question? You just wrote location.
No, it's the what two colors make up
what
the
is
deck.
that?
Okay,
Oh.
A location deck? Like Tap
Well,
of the Mudfudge?
So,
Ruby Amber?
Again, that's not the name of a deck, Emmett.
so Ruby Amethyst.
Well, when I was making this is what I thought.
That's not. There's
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing. There are no location decks with those two colors.
No, it's
Stop
the
yelling. Stop yelling.
it's the Triton and Under the Sea.
Okay.
Okay, but that's
so
the
listen,
under the sea deck, not a location deck.
there's only one guy that plays that.
Yes.
Okay.
And he doesn't
That
even play
we
it
play
anymore.
against him. He doesn't even play it.
Anyway, look at this.
Okay, it's Bucky. Bucky.
To torture Malcolm.
Okay. So
Master? No, I think
no,
I no.
I don't think we can handle Master right now, buddy.
No, I think the
Wonderful job.
Good job,
dude.
Emmett, but-
Good job with your trivia. We can't handle the Master stuff.
Okay, so from now on though, for future tips, we can't read your mind. So let's just stick with the flavor text. Those are fun, and the actual words on the cards.
Yeah.
Those were really good questions.
Yeah. The
Really good
what
questions.
which worth more doesn't work. Okay. And what color combination am I thinking of if I say a word? Also not the best. But thank you, Emmett. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
putting that together.
That was super fun.
Thank you.
For
Yes.
sure. You did awesome, little dude.
Super fun.
Thank you so much for putting that together. Thank you to all of you who have listened to us.
And are still here.
And still made it through that. Thank you all everybody that has listened to us throughout the year. If we do not get another episode out before the end of the year, I just want to once again say thank you so much for joining us in this Lorcana journey. When we started this, and Jen and I kind of just were like, so we can either just open up these packs and they become like the Pokemon cards, which means they'll be just everywhere in the basement and they'll fill up little buckets and we'll be able to say, ooh, look, it's an Ariel, or we can try to play it. I had no idea what I was getting into.
No, me neither. And I remember being like kind of reluctant when you're like, hey, there's a games shop that's doing 2:00 Sunday games, so we could all kind of go together. And I was like, oh, okay, giving up my Sunday afternoons where I can relax before going back to work on Mondays. Yeah, okay, I'll try. And here we are a year and a half later, and I couldn't think of spending my Sundays any other way.
Yep. A little upset that we have to go and celebrate Christmas this Sunday.
I know.
and not go play. No, I like Christmas. Christmas is good, but
Christmas is good.
wouldn't mind playing some more.
Lorcana is great.
So, thank you everyone who has joined us along this journey. We'll have more next year, and we'll see where Lorcana takes us. If you have enjoyed listening to us, please rate, subscribe, follow. We're on whatever podcast platform you're on. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to us there. It means the world to us when you do that kind of thing. Thank you to all of you who have already done that. Please feel free to leave a review, send us a note, send us a comment. Send us an email at questlorequestions@gmail.com. You can find us on a variety of social medias at QuestLorePod. We're on the thing formerly known as Twitter. We're on Instagram, TikTok.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky, that's the other one.
And for TikTok, like if for some reason that goes away, we'll be on Instagram and we'll probably start maybe doing the
Lemon 8.
The Lemon 8. Well, and then we can also, they have like, what's it called on YouTube where they have like the videos like TikTok. They have something on YouTube.
I don't
too.
know. I'm way too old to know all the hip stuff. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. And until next time, we hope you enjoy Lorcana.
Think with the imaginary dragon for Lorcana.
We wish you a Merry Oswald. We wish you a Merry Oswald.
I just want.